Hey, check it out, everybody. It's Phil from New York Rocks. We're backstage over here at BBKing's. We're here tonight with Dave and Murray, and pleasure meeting you guys. Dave is the guitarist that plays for Roger Waters. Also, he played with numerous other bands, and he's here right here, so I'm going to let him speak. How you doing, Dave?
Terrible.
I know. You know what? I know you love New York.
I absolutely adore New York. Yeah. I've spent a few months here last year. It's one of my favourite places, without a doubt. But unfortunately, on this particular trip, I managed to pick up some New York bugs.
So there's a lot of bed bugs around, so it's all right.
Yeah.
You're friends, you know what I mean? You gotta make friends with the bugs.
Well, yes, I know. I've heard about this. This has been going on for a few months now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But,
you got the other bug. You got the flu bug a little bit, or something, or a cold. But everybody's got that right now, and you sounded terrific tonight, so don't worry about it, because it was a great performance out there. And I want to ask you where you're from. You're from England, right?
Yes.
Are you from England?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you've toured with a lot of people. How'd you first get started in music? Did you get started playing the guitar? Go ahead.
I actually started on piano.
Nice.
I'm a frustrated pianist, and Keith Emerson was one of my big influences musically. So my uncle used to try and play Keith Emerson stuff on piano, and when I visited, I used to fall asleep on the sofa listening to him play, and then as I got older, I used to sit on the piano and just sort of write tunes and play, and it's just my favourite instrument. But we never had one at home, which was always a constant source of frustration. So I basically just took up the guitar until I get a piano. Yeah. And I haven't got a piano yet, so I'm still playing.
Wow, so you definitely got some natural ability, because if you picked up the piano, you played the piano and just picked up the guitar, there's some musical ability at that, right?
I feel like I'm a musician more than a guitarist, yeah. The music's in my head, and then I can kind of get it out on whatever instrument I'm attacking at the time, I think.
So then I'm sure you've been with a lot of different bands, but you got involved with some big artists, and then now you're doing, of course, your own solo stuff. But talk about some of the bands and artists that you've worked with.
Keith Emerson is probably the most notable guy, and also John Wetton and Carl Palmer from Asia. I work with Ken Hensley from Uriah Heep, but we don't usually mention that because that's a bad subject.
Now you did guitar work with them?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you actually got back on the piano.
Yeah, no, I don't get hired for piano stuff. I don't play. It's like the Marx Brothers thing. I wouldn't play in a band that would have me as a pianist.
So you actually hooked up with Emerson first?
Yes.
And then you met Roger Waters? How'd that come about? Go ahead.
I just heard about an audition from my manager. I was actually in the studio at the time, and he came running in, all really excited, saying, "Oh my God, Roger Waters is looking for a guitarist for a tour." And I'm like, "Who's Roger Waters?"
What was that?
I didn't know who Roger Waters was. I didn't know who he was. Sorry, Floyd fans out there, but I really had no idea. So he was he just got really flabbergasted. He was like, he couldn't speak. And then eventually he managed to get out that he was the bass player singer from Pink Floyd.
Did he know who you were?
No, God no. No, he doesn't care. I'm killer.
As long as you're good, that's it. Yeah. That's what matters, man.
Yeah, well, so I went for the audition.
When did this come about? Go ahead, tell everybody.
This was, I got the gig in 2006, I believe, and then we toured for about 2.5 years on the Dark Side of the Moon tour. Right. And I took a little break from that, and then he decided he wanted to go out and do The Wall. It's this huge...
He kept you around.
Yeah. He loves it. He's having fun.
Yeah.
He loves to play. He loves to create these... these spectaculars, yeah, and it's
a classic, legendary album with a legendary performer like Roger Waters,
Yeah, I'm very, very proud to be involved in it. Obviously.
How hard was it to learn all those songs, though? Those are very complex, those Pink Floyd songs.
Well, I must admit, I didn't actually have the album. I'd never heard it before, so I basically bought it in April, and then just played the CD in my car. I just drove around with it and got used to it. If I can hear it in my head, then I can play it. It's one of those things, So, yeah, I just needed to get it. I mean, there's a lot of variety in there. There's some classical guitar playing. There's some electric. I play bass in the show. I play banjo. I play acoustic. It's there's plenty to keep you interested, you know. So it's and I'm very, very pleased we're going out again in about 6 weeks to do Europe for 4 months.
Are you gonna come back to the United States? You think maybe? Because I gotta get to see the concert. I missed it in the '80s, and then I missed it again. I'm like, I can't believe this. It's not happening. No.
You get the DVD.
I got it. Oh yeah, I can. Well, they probably have a live album coming out with that, right?
We're going to be filming some of the shows in Europe for a live DVD. But
I gotta watch it on TV. I want to see it live.
You need to see it live because it's 240 foot by 40 foot. It's just, you know, it's huge. You have to see it live. You can't really.
My friend Joe actually seen it. Joe, so you got a kudos to Joe over there. He's holding the camera.
Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Don't say the wrong answer now.
The wall gig.
The wall gig. Did you enjoy the wall?
Yeah, sure, man. Back in 1980, I saw.
Okay.
There you go. Great performance, by the way. Nice to meet you. Beautiful voice, man. How'd you hook up with these guys? I'll let you tell the story. Go ahead.
Of course, man. Yeah, I was promoting an album I'd done a few years ago with my brother. I was playing in a coffee outside Starbucks, doing some open air promotion stuff in the UK.
Overseas?
In the UK, in England, where not far from where I live. And this man, well, hey, respect, yeah. And I was playing my own stuff, and this cat walking towards me. I looked up and I knew he was a player. You could just tell. And he came up and just said, I really like what you're doing, I'd like to buy a CD. And we chatted a little bit and, you know, clicked, went away, and I got an email a couple of weeks later saying, I really like your CD. Cut a long story short, we got together, had a coffee and said, why don't we have a jam, have a play? And it just worked from day one. So we haven't over-rehearsed it, it's semi-improvised, as you may have seen. But it just works, and every gig is slightly different, keeps us on edge in a good way.
I heard you had some original music. Talk about some of the original music that you were performing here tonight. Now you're making a CD, an album out. Go ahead.
Well, okay, the originals are kind of a sample of what's to come further down the line, because the album we've currently put together is an album of 11 interpretations. So classic tunes, stripped down, soul vocal, 1 or 2 guitars, bit of percussion, very much, a lot of space. Everything ranging from a George Michael track through to a Pink Floyd track. So soul end, there's a bit of Steely Dan in there, Hall & Oates. You can bring rock and soul closer together when you strip it down, I think, because you don't need to have that sort of stamp of a soul band or a rock band, you know, and that's what we've done.
When you got the musician and you got all that talent, you guys definitely got the talent, you got the voice and the guitar work. You know what I mean? It'll sound great. You know what I mean?
This guy can play absolutely anything. I can throw lines at him, he can throw lines at me, and we can react very quickly. And that's where it comes from, really. Yeah. So the album is called Closer to Earth because it's an earthy sound. So we stripped the tracks down closer to Earth.
Now, is this album available now to go buy? Let's say on iTunes or to get, or it's going to come out? Go ahead. When is that going to happen? Tell everybody.
Because I'm running out of voice, man.
Oh man, yeah. I know. Yeah. We are currently promoting a little 4-track promo CD. My manager seems to think it's a good idea to hang on to see if we get approached by a record label to release the CD properly.
Sure.
And if it does, if that doesn't happen, then we're going to release it ourselves anyway. Because I just think the stuff's too good to waste, you know. So we just got this 4-track CD. Just came over for, 7 gigs, just to see what sort of reaction there was. Give out some promos and see if anyone's interested. Do some radio stuff. Just create a little bit of a buzz and who knows? You can't tell with this with the music business, but I personally think the stuff's amazing. I mean, I'm very critical of my stuff. I don't sort of. I hate most of the things I've ever played or recorded, but I love this CD.
Played well and sung well, and you know what I mean. The song's a good song. Then you know what I mean. There you go. You got the right combination right there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, guys? It's great speaking with you guys, and I want to tell everybody though how they can find more about what's going on with you guys. I know you're touring, I guess, with Roger Waters. You're going to be again, but how do they get in touch with you, and how do they get in touch with you guys?
We also have a website called Hockridge/Killminster.
No, dash. Not slash.
Not slash.
I want to thank you guys very much, man. You guys rock, man. Pleasure is all mine, and best of luck. All right, you're watching New York Rocks. Who rocks better than us? Who rocks better than us? Come on.
Absolutely nobody.
That's right, man.